Okay, what do? You got your ammo, you've got your reloading manual, and it tells you shoot an inch high at 100 yards to be dead on at 200 yards. If you read most of your manuals, they have that scope height adjustment at 1.5 inches. So what happens if you're shooting 2.5 or 3 inches above your bore with a scope as compared to what the book has in it? So most of the books are set up for sporting guns. They're set up for people who are going to out be hunting with a gun like this right here, where your rifle, center line of the rifle and center line of the bore is about 160 typically on a lot of them. Most of the books have a 1.5 inch and say scope height is 1.5 inch. Shoot 1 inch high at 100 yards. That puts you dead on at 200 yards. But things change, and when you get into guns that the scope sets higher up off of, you can't use that same ballistics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make that adjustment so that you can zero with your scope being higher, and you can use a formula. There's a real simple formula that you can use to calculate that, and should help you on zeroing your guns at 200 yards. I say 200 yards because typically most people hunt zero their guns at 200 yards. They use it for deer and elk, coyotes, a lot of things, and a lot of animals are shot well under 200 yards. So here's a formula that I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to give you an example here. This is the book height. It tells you 1.5 inches. The book says I should shoot 1.69 inches high at 100 yards, at 100 yards, to be dead on at 200 yards. Okay, well now I've raised my scope and I'm 1.9 inches above the barrel. What do? I take the 1.9 inches and I subtract the 1.5 inches and I get 0.4. I divide that by 2 and it gives me 0.2. I subtract the 0.2 from the 1.69 and I get 1.49. So now I will shoot at 1.49 inches high at 100 yards for a 200 yard zero. The formula is simple. You take whatever your scope height is minus what your book is given a reference to. Most of them are at 150. You take the height of your scope, you subtract the 150, whatever you get, you divide it by 2, and you subtract this off of what the book calls out for. If the book calls out for you to be a 1 inch, then you subtract the 0.2 and you shoot 0.8 for whatever caliber you're shooting. You make all your adjustments.